This is Blackjacks Weekly.
Presented by Bud Light on 97.3 ESPN.
Live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township. With your hosts, the voice of the Blackjacks, Nick Kosko.
And head coach Ron James.
Now, Blackjacks Weekly.
Live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township, it's Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light. Nick Kosko alongside Atlantic State Blackjacks head coach Ron James. Penultimate show here on 97.3 ESPN as the Blackjacks head into the final week of the regular season against the Baltimore Brigade with a record of 4-7. The playoffs are now out of reach, but still one more game at Boardwalk Hall this Sunday at 4 p.m. One last chance to give the home fans a nice going-away gift into the offseason. Coach, glad you're back with us. I know it was a bit of a relaxing bye week. I know after a tough loss to Philadelphia last week, as we talked about. But again, you brought back a Can Jam championship as we had discussed
absolutely,
before.
Out on Cape Cod. So I mean, we had to take that home. And me and my daughter beat a couple pretty good players. she had the only game winner in the whole tournament. Won a game for us. Straight shot through the slot.
And what's interesting about that game winner is because when we had you on the phone last week, as you're up in Cape Cod, you told me at practice today. Well, I was on the phone with you. Once I go back to go win the championship, you guys already had won because she made the shot on the first attempt.
Yeah, my 13-year-old daughter. I mean, I said, I'll be right with you guys, and she takes the first shot, boom, wins the game. I was like, game over. I didn't even know it. I heard people going nuts on the other side, and then when I came back off the call with you, that's when I found out. So it was a lot of fun. We had a good time, and it was exactly what the doctor ordered after a tough loss against Philadelphia, and refocused and ready to go for this week and finish the season out the right way.
Obviously, guys are banged up, but you're bringing in some other guys to just kind of basically practice bodies right now, but also guys who are going to be playing this week. I know Warren was put on IR. He's with that foot injury against Philadelphia the other week. So you guys are kind of just throwing everything out there. And I know you said earlier that this week might be the time to pull out all the bag of tricks, have a little fun this week. Obviously, try to go out with this season with a big W. And obviously, you guys would sweep Baltimore as well, go 3-0 against them. They're a playoff team. Who knows who they're going to throw out there this week because they're only playing for really seeding. But this might be a chance for you guys to obviously loosen up a little bit. The pressure's off, and just go out with a win.
Both teams are professional athletes. They're going to go out and give it their all. I mean, we talked about it during this week, and the fact that our players aren't playing for anything on the playoff end of things doesn't mean they're not playing for anything. I mean, there's a lot of pride in our locker room. You guys have played hard all season long. Take the Philadelphia game, for example. I challenged them all week long to give me 4 quarters and work hard, and they did just that. I mean, it didn't come out the way we wanted it to come out. It was very disappointing that way. But I'm not expecting anything less than their best effort this week. And yes, we've had some bad breaks and things that we would like to forget about or not go through in the course of a season. But it builds character in a new franchise, and it shows us really what foundation we have to build off of.
Obviously, we'll get into more of this next week when we kind of wrap up the season and put a bow on it. But what have you seen from the guys? Obviously, everyone pretty much had the week off last week. Some guys still stayed back, but a lot of guys went home, probably came back this week a little bit refreshed, maybe a little bit mentally focused now this week. I'm not saying they weren't the other week, but it seems like the bye week maybe did some guys good after such a very tough loss at home just to kind of get everybody refocused for this final game of the season.
It's really more about getting physically ready to play again. It's been a long run for a lot of these guys playing through a lot of injuries. I mean, we have guys, and Skip Ross is here with us today, and he'll be able to tell you a little bit more about it from a player's perspective in the next segment about how tough that is to be able to go through the preseason and then through 11 games and not have a break. And arena football is a very difficult game to play because of the AstroTurf and the walls. And when your body takes that type of a pounding, that week off is a big refresher. And it couldn't have come at a better time, except for that, coming back off that bye where, we're out of the playoff picture. So, I think all the guys are ready to play and do their best this week. And the biggest thing is being able to play that game at home. I think it's more difficult when you're in that situation to play on the road. It's been a long time since I've not seen a playoff atmosphere, but I can just tell you that when you're doing it at home, you're playing for your home crowd. And then make no mistake about it, we play for Atlantic City. I mean, really do. Our home crowd has been great. It was our largest crowd against the Philadelphia Soul.
Yeah, so over 7,000.
You're getting back down to the end of the season, and you're drawing better than you were in the beginning of the year, and that's great. And I think it really speaks volumes to how the local community has ingratiated us into their arms and making sure that we're part of the fabric of the community. And even going into tomorrow, I mean, tomorrow we got invited to the mayor's office, and it's going to be Atlantic City Blackjack Day in the city of Atlantic City. So you can't have a better compliment than that. They're recognizing that, we play a great brand of football. Our professional athletes are unique, and these guys give it their all every week. And so that makes us want to play even more for our hometown fans.
And the Mayor's Day tomorrow is really interesting. I mean, obviously the little tidbit of it is it's July 20. It's going to be on. I thought it was going to be July 21st for a second, and I think I got my days wrong. It's only going to be July 19th. But that would have been pretty cool too if you're playing on July 21st. You're going to get 7/21, maybe a little blackjack, little type thing going there. But still, the fact that you guys are going to the Mayor's office, you guys are getting honored by the city. You just mentioned you guys play for Atlantic City at the largest crowd last week. You're probably going to get a pretty good-sized crowd again this week. Yep. Obviously, the week off, I know people are thinking, well, maybe the casual fan will think, well, they're out of the playoffs, let's not go. But this is a good opportunity to see you guys one last time this season, and especially if you guys go out with a win, it only gives everybody that incentive to come back next year. And then once you're in year two, it's always weird for these expansion teams because year one, it's hit or miss. It's been mostly a hit this year for you guys, and then year two, that's the opportunity to really explode here, right here in South Jersey.
Oh, absolutely right, and it's Fan Appreciation Day too, so the children get to come free, and that that's a great thing. When kids get to go to the game free, the parents can bring them over and see what it's all about, and then meet these great players after the game's over with. And our players do a great job of getting out there and signing autographs for the kids and being a part of the whole game atmosphere. And I think that families will have a lot of fun, and I think they'll come back because I think arena football has proven one thing over the years, that your hardcore fans love the game. They understand what it's all about. Players and coaches are very approachable. There's no millionaires out there on the field. There are guys that are just like the average working man is, out there working hard every day to earn that buck and making sure in the entertainment field that we're in, giving our best effort every week and making sure our fans enjoy themselves when they come out. So the game experience is unique, and I think that the fans that are listening haven't been to a game. This is a great opportunity to come in our last home game to find out what it's all about, enjoy yourself, have fun, bring all your kids, and it'll be a great time. And so I've never had a person walk away from an AFL game saying, well, that was boring. You're never going to have that. There's never going to be that 7-3 game, a defensive struggle.
Right.
It's not going to be one of those things. You're not going to have bad weather. It's going to be 70 and sunny every time you come into the building. So it's a great atmosphere to be in, and I can't say enough about the community that we're living in here and the way our sponsors have really taken to the team.
And it's really got to be one of the more unique places you've been. Obviously, you've had multiple stops in the AFL, and you've had other stops in the NFL and also the CFL as well. This has to be, I would say, maybe if one of, if not the most unique location you've been in, considering this is a place where they've had baseball before, they've had hockey before. Those teams have been here short stints, and then they're gone. And then I would say maybe most people would probably expect teams to come into Atlantic City, hang around for a little bit, and then be gone. But it seems like the way arena football is going right now, because obviously the league has gone in waves the past 10 years, but the way it's being built up now, expansion's coming during the announcement of the Arena Bowl. 2 new teams are coming in for next year, so you'll have at least 8 for 2020. This seems like a team and a league that can stay in this area for quite a long time, and that's got to make you feel great, and as well as the players. And again, it makes this place very unique considering it is Atlantic City.
Well, I couldn't be more fired up about it, to be honest with you, because the way that our fan base has taken to this team, it's rabid. I mean, when you look at, and this is what's great about the East Coast, and this is what's great about Atlantic City and New Jersey, is that people are passionate about their teams. When they show up, they're not just showing up there sitting on their hands. They're going to let you know if you played good, bad, or indifferent. They're going to let you know. I had fans coming up to me asking me questions about what we did in the last minute of the game as I'm walking back from press road after the game. And, I'll stop and talk with anybody about all that stuff. And that's what makes it great, because they care. And I want to see people like that. I want to have people that are in the stands that are invested emotionally in their hometown team. And I think that's what makes sports great. The fan is short for fanatic, and we want to have fanatic people out at our games. Players feed off of it, coaches feed off of it, and the opposing team dreads it. So come on out, be loud, be proud. We love having the people. And you know what? The other thing about it is, in all of my stops, I have never been in a building like Boardwalk Hall. Built in 1929, beautiful facility to have arena football in it, and it gets very loud because of that construction. And so when our crowd is into it, oh my goodness, that place is rocking.
I mean, you saw crowds of a little over 4,000. You had over about 6,000 that first week, and then you were about in the mid 4,000 in the middle stretch of the season. But once and then we thought it was loud. We knew it was loud. Once you had 7,000 in the last game against Philadelphia, place was deafening. I know Coffee Jones, my color analyst, and we could not hear ourselves in the booth. We could barely hear ourselves talking. We had to cup our ears. We had to stand up. I mean, people were going nuts for that game. And while it may not be the same, I was maybe the same attendance numbers on Sunday, you're going to get a raucous crowd no matter what in Boardwalk Hall. And obviously going out with a W is going to go a long way for next year. And you just mentioned it. It's a great arena. And then all of a sudden, if you make those improvements on the field and also off the field, this place is going to explode next year.
That's always our goal, to bring a championship to the hometown, and we wanted it so bad this year. I mean, we just envisioned having a parade down the boardwalk. How cool would that be? A lot of our goals fell short this year, but at the same time, having put together things in quite a bit last minute and bringing in a lot of really good players that have that pioneer spirit, it's unbelievable. And that's what the type of players we look for: guys that are great in the community, guys that love the sport, and guys that can go out and be a part of what we're doing every week and want to win.
It's going to be exciting. Sunday at 4 o'clock right here at 97.3 ESPN. Pregame coverage begins at 3:30. Also, if you're not going to listen to the game, come out to Boardwalk Hall and catch the Blackjacks one last time this season. We'll take a quick break. On the other side, Marvin Skip Ross is going to join me, and he'll talk about his season, what he expects for the final game of the regular season as well. Keep it locked here, listening to Blackjacks Weekly, presented by Bud Light right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Spend Saturdays this summer with 97.3 ESPN. Wake up with South Jersey's sports guy on the Pete Thompson Show from 8 to 10 a.m. Then it's The Locker Room with Billy Schwein from 10 till noon. Followed by Sports Bash Saturday with Josh Hennig. 97.3 ESPN is also your home for the Major League Baseball Game of the Week. Download the 97.3 ESPN mobile app and spend Saturdays with 97.3 ESPN.
Ever wonder what ingredients are in Bud Light? Just check the packaging. We brew with hops, barley, water, and rice. Ever wonder what ingredients are in Coors Light? You can't check the packaging. You have to go to their website, download a PDF, and scroll to page 3. There it is. Coors Light brews with hop extract, barley, water, and corn syrup. Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri. Based on information available at MillerCoors.com as of January 16, 2019.
Tropicana Atlantic City is not just a 24-hour gaming destination, it's a premier resort providing entertainment for everyone. Located on the beach and boardwalk, it's home to a wide variety of restaurants, bars, pools, and their very own IMAX theater. This season, Tropicana Atlantic City is proud to team up with the Atlantic City Blackjacks as the 2019 inaugural season presenting sponsor. For more information, visit Tropicana.net. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tilton Fitness, the official gym of the Atlantic City Blackjack players and Diamonds Dance Team, invites you to visit one of our 7 locations throughout New Jersey. Try one of Tilton Fitness's award-winning group exercise classes with over 125 to choose from every week. Use our state-of-the-art cardio and resistance equipment. Take a swim in our pool. Relax in our jacuzzi, steam room, or sauna. And complimentary babysitting for up to 2 hours. Tilton Fitness. See what we have to offer you.
New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline is engineered with 4 levels of defense against gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. It's sort of like having ninjas protect your engine. That helps keep your engine running like new. New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. It's fuel for thought in engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline.
Credit Karma can help you make financial progress by giving you free scores, reports, and monitoring. But Credit Karma does not give you the love that only a mother can. It's just an app.
I miss my mom.
But you can use Credit Karma to help you improve your credit. But it cannot solve the eternal questions surrounding the human condition.
Oh, come on, I need answers.
But signing up is free. No credit card needed. Just download the Credit Karma app now.
Oh, there's my answer.
Credit Karma. Here's to progress.
Never go hungry when you have Stir It Up Catering right around the corner. Established in 2002, Stir It Up caters events from Cape May to Philly and everything in between. Catering services range from elegant dinner parties and large weddings to casual food for a laid-back gathering. Standing by the Jersey Fresh motto, Stir It Up Catering supports local farms and fisheries by selecting all homegrown products. Stop by their new storefront off Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township or go online to stirritupnj.com.
The doctors at Reconstructive Orthopedics are dedicated to getting you expert orthopedic care you need for your bone, joint, muscle, or ligament injury or condition. When you need exceptional care focused on you, see the same orthopedic doctors that treat the Atlantic City Blackjacks at Reconstructive Orthopedics. Available in Bordentown, Cherry Hill, Medford, Morristown, Sewell, Vineland, and Voorhees. Reconstructive Orthopedics, focused on you.
Ever wonder what ingredients are in Bud Light? Just check the packaging. We brew with hops, barley, water, and rice. Ever wonder what ingredients are in Coors Light? You can't check the packaging. You have to go to their website, download a PDF, and scroll to page 3. There it is. Coors Light brews with hop extract, barley, water, and corn syrup. Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri. Based on information available at MillerCoors.com as of January 16, 2019.
This is Blackjacks Weekly.
Presented by Bud Light on 97.3 ESPN.
Live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township.
Back here at Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township, it's Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light. Nick Kosko. Now pleased to be joined by Marvin Skip Ross, plays defensive back for the Atlantic City Blackjacks. Marvin, finally making your radio debut. Thanks for joining me, man.
Yeah, it's definitely an honor to come out and talk to you, Nick.
Now you have been a stalwart defensive back in that secondary the entire season. I think you might be one of the guys who has not been banged up this year. Maybe you'll little bumps and bruises, but you've played every single game. You've had a great year as your rookie year here in the Arena Football League. You were out in Carolina last year. Is that correct?
Massachusetts. I was in Jacksonville last year, Jacksonville Sharks, and I played in 2016 with the Cleveland Gladiators.
That's right.
I was the rookie of the year that year.
All you guys are all over the place at this point. I feel like everybody plays for Massachusetts or Carolina, then they go to Jacksonville when they're not in the AFL. Everyone's all over the place.
Yeah.
So what's this experience been like for you this year? You've had a couple stops. Now you're here in Atlantic City for the first time. What's it been like for you the entire season?
Well, it's definitely different. I was in Jacksonville for 2 years, and that's my home city. So coming up here, I really didn't know what to expect, but I love the city. It still has a beach like Jacksonville, so what to expect with that. But I love coming and competing. I wanted to win a championship, but we fell short, like Coach James said. But I love playing for Coach James and my teammates.
Has this been one of those years where you built a really nice camaraderie with your teammates? I know you said you played in Jacksonville for 2 years, and obviously that's where you're from, so it's kind of an easy transition. But now you come up the East Coast, up to Jersey. In that secondary, you got Keontae Northington, Arthur Hobbs, Kieran Jones. Very unique type of secondary. One of the younger secondaries in the AFL. What's that been like for you guys just meshing together? Because obviously, if a secondary can mesh together an entire season, especially in this league, it's tough to beat your defense.
Definitely. As we go out on the field every day, I state to the DBs that we're the heartbeat of the team. If we can go out and stop the opposing team's offense, then we win the game. But with us being a young group, we still get in after meetings and have personal meetings with each other, and we try to find tendencies and be able to be aggressive on anything that we see.
Now let's go back to that game against Philadelphia the other week. Obviously, a tough loss. And obviously, it's almost beating a dead horse here. But what was that like for you guys? I know in a loss, it's tough to say it was a good experience, but in front of that home crowd, knowing that you guys controlled your own destiny at the time to make the postseason. What was that like for you guys and the rest of your teammates, knowing that you were playing in arguably the best atmosphere all season long and from anybody in this league?
Well, it definitely was great coming out and seeing all the fans coming out and to support. But us as a team, we knew that, it was a big game. We knew that we had to go out there and win, or our playoff chances slimmed down. So we came out and did our best. But we fell short, but it still was a learning curve for the rookies and the vets. Like Coach James said, it's been a while since he hasn't been in the playoffs, and the same with me. So it'll be a learning curve to, come back and bounce back. And I feel it'll just make us hungry.
Now, you said it made you hungry, and obviously we've seen teams in this league and obviously other football leagues where they have that kind of a disappointing season where a lot of near misses and stuff that just fell short out of your reach. What do you do knowing that this last game, while it's not totally meaningless, obviously everybody plays for pride, everyone's a professional, as Coach said, I mentioned before, you guys have one last home game as well. What do you go into this game mentally knowing that it's the last one of the season, that you have an entire offseason to obviously work and then train for the next season as well?
Well, as I said earlier, I love my teammates, I love my coach. So, we came into this week and we're still practicing hard. We're still competing. We know that we have one game left. We know that we don't have a chance to, go to the playoffs, but, we're not going to quit. And that's one thing that I love about my team. We don't place the blame on anybody when we lose. And when we win, we win as a family. So if we lose as a family, we win as a family. So we're just going to come out and give our best for Atlantic City.
Now, Coach mentioned before, you guys play for Atlantic City. You love Atlantic City. Obviously, you guys are going to the mayor's office tomorrow. What's it been like for you embracing this Atlantic City crowd? They've seen arena football in the past. Obviously, if they've rooted for Philly in the past, or when they saw Philly come and play a former Las Vegas franchise at Boardwalk Hall a couple of years ago. What's it been like for you guys to embrace the Atlantic City crowd, knowing that they finally have their own team and they can expect probably bigger things next year?
It's definitely been amazing, for the franchise to come back. So a lot of people haven't seen arena football or known about it, being in the city of Atlantic City. But, a lot of people bring their kids out, after the game, they come and talk to us. We sign autographs, take pictures. So it's been great. I love when the fans come out and they're able to be close to us it's arena football, so they're really close to the action. So they get a new experience, and it's just great to meet new people.
It's Marvin Ross joining me, defensive back for the Atlantic City Blackjacks. Marvin, I'll leave you here with this one, too. You look at what this team has brought to the table. Is there any one moment for you personally that actually stands out this year? I know a couple of games you had 2 picks, and even during the Washington game a couple weeks ago on the road, you had a very unique interception because a big boy threw it. Yeah. I thought it was going to be a fumble or a safety. What moment for you this season? There's still one more game to go where you can make some more big highlights, but what moment for you this year stands out amongst the rest?
Well, for me, the moment that stands out, it might not be the best moment in everybody's eyes, but, to see Warren go down, and get back up. And we didn't know the extent of his injury yet, but for him to still go out and, finish the game, it might not end it how we wanted it to end. We might have made a couple mistakes, but for us to come into the locker room, we were upset, but no one blamed anyone. No one did anything. We pretty much stuck together, and that's just I feel that's great for a team to come back. And then, like you say, come into a new week, we got to play another game, and for us to stick together and have no tension amongst each other, I feel that's great.
So Warren staying in that game against Philadelphia with that foot injury where he could barely walk in that game. Yes. You're saying that kind of epitomizes this team's toughness and togetherness all season long.
I feel it epitomizes our toughness. We go out there and fight. They saw him hurt. The O-line saw him hurting, and they protected him. I don't think he got touched the rest of the game. After that, it wasn't that much time left, but he didn't get touched after that. So they saw that he was hurt, and they took care of him, and, we just got to take care of each other.
It's a great way to really summarize this team this entire season. There's still one more game to go. 4 p.m. on Sunday at Boardwalk Hall. Catch the action right here on 97.3 ESPN. Pregame coverage beginning at 3:30 for the regular season finale for the Atlantic City Blackjacks as they take on the Baltimore Brigade. We're going to step aside, take another quick break. When we come back, Coach James will rejoin the program. We'll wrap things up and look at the Baltimore and get this week's uniform combination. I think somebody told me it before, so maybe I know. Coach, I don't know if you know, but we'll discuss that when we come back. See, he doesn't know already. He's already shaking his head. We'll be back. It's Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Atlantic City Blackjacks football is on 97.3 ESPN. Listen all season as the voice of the Blackjacks, Nick Kosko and Coffee Jones, bring you all the exciting play-by-play action.
Yes, it is. Touchdown, Lamar Brown.
The Blackjacks host the Baltimore Brigade at Boardwalk Hall this Sunday. Coverage begins at 3:30. It's Atlantic City Blackjacks Arena League football on 97.3 ESPN. We're all in.
Tropicana Atlantic City is not just a 24-hour gaming destination, it's a premier resort providing entertainment for everyone. Located on the beach and boardwalk, it's home to a wide variety of restaurants, bars, pools, and their very own IMAX theater. This season, Tropicana Atlantic City is proud to team up with the Atlantic City Blackjacks as the 2019 inaugural season presenting sponsor. For more information, visit Tropicana.net. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ever wonder what ingredients are in Bud Light? Just check the packaging. We brew with hops, barley, water, and rice. Ever wonder what ingredients are in Coors Light? You can't check the packaging. You have to go to their website, download a PDF, and scroll to page 3. There it is. Coors Light brews with hop extract, barley, water, and corn syrup. Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri. Based on information available at MillerCoors.com as of January 16, 2019.
Tilton Fitness, the official gym of the Atlantic City Blackjack players and Diamonds Dance Team, invites you to visit one of our 7 locations throughout New Jersey. Try one of Tilton Fitness's award-winning group exercise classes with over 125 to choose from every week. Use our state-of-the-art cardio and resistance equipment. Take a swim in our pool. Relax in our jacuzzi, steam room, or sauna. And complimentary babysitting for up to 2 hours. Tilton Fitness. See what we have to offer you.
20% savings includes all factory rebates and dealer discount. Must finance through Ford Motor Credit Corporation. 0% financing with approved credit through Ford Credit, tax, title, and license extra. Ends 9/3/19. Number one claim from 2018. Total new vehicle sales per Ford reports.
Summer goes fast, but the savings are huge during #1 Lilliston Ford's Hurry Up and Save sales event. Here's General Manager Ivan Nelson with more.
Right now, Lilliston Ford can save you even more money. How much more? Save 20% off the MSRP on a new Ford F-150. That's right, save 20%.
The savings don't stop there. Save 20% off the MSRP on Echo Sports, Escapes, Edges, Expeditions, Fiesta, and Fusions.
Or choose to save with 0% APR financing for 72 months on 2019 Ford F-150s, the best-selling truck in America.
Hurry up and save at Lilliston Ford, the #1 Volume 4 dealer in Cumberland County, Salem County, and Cape May County.
We are Lilliston Ford, and we are built Ford proud on North Delsea Drive in Vineland, online at Lilliston.com.
The doctors at Reconstructive Orthopedics are dedicated to getting you expert orthopedic care you need for your bone, joint, muscle, or ligament injury or condition. When you need exceptional care focused on you, see the same orthopedic doctors that treat the Atlantic City Blackjacks at Reconstructive Orthopedics. Available in Bordentown, Cherry Hill, Medford, Morristown, Sewell, Vineland, and Voorhees. Reconstructive Orthopedics, focused on you.
Ever wonder what ingredients are in Bud Light? Just check the packaging. We brew with hops, barley, water, and rice. Ever wonder what ingredients are in Coors Light? You can't check the packaging. You have to go to their website, download a PDF, and scroll to page 3. There it is. Coors Light brews with hop extract, barley, water, and corn syrup. Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri. Based on information available at MillerCoors.com as of January 16, 2019.
This is Blackjacks Weekly.
Presented by Bud Light on 97.3 ESPN.
Live from Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township.
Back here at Chickies and Pete's in Egg Harbor Township, it's Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light. Nick Kosko joined alongside head coach Ron James, defensive back Marvin Ross. Got a couple minutes left, gentlemen. So looking ahead to this weekend's game, Sunday, regular season finale for the Blackjacks. You guys take on the Baltimore Brigade one last time, third time this year. Beat them twice, and the last time they came, they've actually come to Boardwalk Hall. This will be the third trip here. We did not go down to Baltimore this year. And if fans remember, the last time Baltimore came to that building, a certain play happened at the end of the game to win by a point, and I think that was pretty exciting, Coach.
Both games we've had with Baltimore have been exciting. Fantastic finish in the last one for us. This time there's going to be a lot of excitement only because it's our last game, and we're just going to let it all hang out. Because when you look at it, you've got a long off season. You don't have to worry about next week. That's the upside of being able to just let it all loose. And so we'll have a few tricks up our sleeve. We'll have a little fun doing it. And hopefully, pull out a W for the home crowd and finish this thing up in style.
Be a nice way to finish off strong. So, Marvin, I know you remember that block field goal back from the second time you guys played Baltimore.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Definitely a crazy play. We got them into fourth down. It was a couple seconds left. They set up for the field goal. The crowd was going crazy, and next thing I know, we blocked it. So, we want to get another W. Make it 3 a sweep on Baltimore. So we definitely want to leave on a good note.
That'd be pretty sweet. If you want to end on a high note, why not sweep Baltimore? Put them on a little bit of a down note heading into the playoffs, and then obviously you guys are going to be watching, see how the playoffs shake out. But hopefully they end the season with a win and finish off strong in 2019. Thanks for listening. Blackjacks Weekly will conclude next Thursday right here at 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN. And catch the game this weekend at 4 p.m. on Sunday on 97.3. Thanks to Marvin Ross and Coach James. Have a good night, everybody. It's Blackjacks Weekly presented by Bud Light, live from Chickies and Pete's.